What up guys, so today we're doing the third part of this whoop tricks series or tutorial, whatever I've called it, and today we're doing the Mattyflip. So what is the Mattyflip? I would class it as like a reverse power loop. So say our object's here, our power loop would be, you know, we go underneath the object and we do almost a loop the loop and then back through, and a Mattyflip is that reverse. So we're coming over the top of the object and we're doing like a front flip roll, so we're coming back on like a backwards loop the loop. So how do we do this one? I always start with this, and I'm going to try and not say it as much in this video, but camera angle is the main topic of these videos. With this one, the camera angle doesn't need to be anything extreme. I find a lower camera angle, so flatter, or maybe a 15 degree, is easier on a whoop to do this trick. On a 5-inch or a real power whoop, a higher angle would be easier, and well, it'd give it more flow. It's easy to keep the momentum going when the angle's up more. So how we're going to do it is we're going to come up to the object. Now a lot of people make the common mistake about this, so I'm going to try and talk you the way I do it, and I'll just tell you the way I do it instead of telling you the way I see other people doing it wrong. So we're going to come up to the object about just below it or level, probably just below the object we want to Mattyflip. And we're going to give it a little pop just before we get over it. And when we're about this position here, we're going to go zero throttle. So we're going to fall over the object. We're going to fall, and then we're going to snap back to a position where we know we're going to fly backwards. And that's to do with memorizing your camera angle, guys. I don't want to stress how much that's important, but if you want to hear more about camera angles, please go back and refer to my other videos. So one more time, we're going to go up to the object just below it. We're going to pop over. We're going to go zero throttle here, so the momentum will take us over a bit, and then we're going to snap it, and then we're going to fly backwards underneath it. If you have a higher camera angle, your position is about here, and you can just kind of see the object and fly through. We're not going to use this pole as our reference point. We're going to look at it. We're going to look at it all the way around, but I want you to look for something else as a reference point. So maybe it's in, you know, a forest or something like that. You can see these other objects to use to know how high you are to the floor, and it's always about finding that reference point. Oh, saying that, I did try and do this video twice before. Oh well, we'll go to that at the end anyway. Yeah, so there's not much else I can say to you apart from doing it. Oh, actually, one thing. A lot of people do this, and I don't want to go too much about what people do wrong in this trick, but it's all about that pop to get over and to go zero throttle. If you kind of throttle into it and trying to, like, you know, you're sending yourself that way, say you're about here, this position, and you're going still at full throttle, and then you go zero throttle, you're going to end up too far away from the object, and then to fly back underneath it is going to become harder. If you've got a high camera angle and you're trying to use this pole as your reference point, or this object, this level object as your reference point, if you're looking at that and you're all the way over here, when you come back and you're looking at it, you're going to hit the floor because you're going to be too far back. So it's all about that pop about here, do you know what I mean? You kind of come in lower of it, and then we're going to pop up, zero throttle, let it fall over, and power back through. So yeah, let's get it up in the air, and let's kind of show you as we go. Oh, I was actually asked about stick cam quite a lot, and I tried to say, I fly my stick, my pitch stick, inverted. So for me, this is forward. I know that looks confusing, but I see it as like in acro, you know, to look down with a drone is to look down, to look up with a drone is to look up. Now I know that, you know, to go forward with the drone's now down, and to go backwards with the drone's now up. But to me it makes sense. But this is why I don't do a camera angle. This is why I don't do stick cam, because it's just a hard thing to take in. Yeah, and I was running really high rates and really high expo, because that's how I felt right for me, from being a Call of Duty player back on Xbox back in the day. So I like really high sensitivity, and for a stick cam you can't see shit. I mean, it looks like I'm just touching the sticks and I'm doing a flip at 1,000,000 miles an hour. So I've adjusted the rates now, so hopefully you'll be able to see more that I'm doing, but I still don't think it's going to come out great as far as the stick cam goes. So yeah, let's get it up, and I'll do a couple, land, and we'll get the stick cam on the go. Right, so it's the lamppost over here I'm going for today. So let's get to a bit of a line up to it. Right, we're coming up to it, and we pop and that was probably the worst power loop I've ever done. I'm going to go the other way so I can see what I'm doing here. Okay, so I'm going to try and go slow to it. We're going slow to it. We do that pop with 0 throttle. Now you can see how I snapped around then because I knew I was going to hit the floor. I stopped looking at the object and snapped it. So that little pop. Now you see what I mean by that. It's all about that pop. I did do this video the other day and I went wrong 3 times. I'll probably say this again in a minute. But a lot of people do it wrong, and the power like this, and whew, see, I would have just hit the floor if I tried Mattyflipping it then. It just won't work. So it has to be that little pop. Let's give it one more before I land it and go to stick cam. So we're coming up slowly, that little pop. We're under, we're flying back. And that's our Mattyflip. Right, my goggles are super steamed up now and I've got no battery left, so let's get this stick cam on the go quickly. Right, let's try this. So I'm armed up. I'll go from this direction again. So yeah, as I said before, it's all about that pop. So we're going to come up to the objects nice and slow. We pop it. That was a clean one then, wasn't it? Oh, we really are low on battery. Let's give it one more. We're coming up slow to the object. We pop, 0 throttle. That fall right underneath. There we go, lads. One more. See, that was too high. I'm bailing out of that one. And that's what happens when you go too fast into it. There's no point in trying to roll under because you're just going way too high. You're going to end up hitting the floor or something. So it's all that little pop. See, that was clean as a whistle. What else can we get while we got stick cam on? That inverted orbit that you guys like. Right, we better bring her in. No power. As far as these tricks goes, there isn't any tutorial in the world that'll make you, you know, you watch the tutorial, you can do the trick. It doesn't work like that. It's sad to say, but these little trick tutorials from anyone are just an idea. It's just something to put in your head to think, right, and it's something to think about. Can you do this trick? Every single one of you watching my channel can do every single one of these tricks. If you try it and you can't do it, don't think you can't do it. It's determination. You know, in my little group that I fly with, you know, we were all kind of, when I joined the group that I fly with, everyone was kind of stuck at one level of flying. You know, and as far as Mattyflips and all this crazy shit went, it was like that was for the pros, and we weren't that. And we're not now, but we weren't the pros, and we don't do stuff like that. And I really wanted to just go out and just push it. You know what I mean? I just couldn't understand. It can't be that hard, and it's not. It's not that hard, guys. It's just determination. You can do this trick, so go out and do it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So we'll go for a quick recap one more time. So just get, you know, to finish this video off. So our object's here. It's the Mattyflip or the reverse power loop, or, you know, reverse loop the loop, or whatever you want to call it. Our object's about here. We want to come in, you know, lower, but as low as this kind of height, so we can pop. And when we pop, you pop into about here, so you just before you're going over the object and you're at this angle, and that momentum from that pop should take you over the object. You drop down, 0 throttle, and when you know you're in a good position, start throttling back, throttle it back and bring it home. That's the way to do it. So thank you very much, guys, for watching another one of these little whoop trick tutorial series things. I don't know what I'm calling them. Actually, I didn't actually think they were going to go this well. I thought you guys would be hitting that dislike button a bit more, because my channel's always been based on just flying and not a lot of fucking this, and I'm doing a lot of this these days. I do fly a lot, but I just wanted to mix it up a bit and try and add more stuff to the channel. Yeah, I'm sorry this video took me so long to get out, by the way, guys. I know it's meant to be every other day, but the first video turned out like this one. Close as you can on the drop. Up, stay as close as you can. Once you go past it, yeah, and the second video turned out like this. So yeah, everything's been going tits up with me. So I hope you enjoyed it. The link to the other videos will be at the top of the description. Yeah, and I will catch you on. Oh, I don't know what the next one's going to be yet either. I'm going to work that one out in my head this week. If you have any suggestions, please put them in the comments down below, and I'll definitely take them in considerations as far as trick tutorials. And in fact, if you've got any suggestions that you want to see on the channel, let us know in the comments. I'd love to hear your feedback and see how we go from there. So that's it, guys. Boom.